Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to Let's Talk Friday. I am your host, Joyness, and with me is Mr. Malola. Kindly introduce yourself, sir.
Joyness, you always forget that. You should always, Mr. Mala, the life coach.
All right, we'll be adding that.
Okay, thank you so much, our dear followers and viewers on our platforms. Welcome to this wonderful program.
Okay, we have another interesting topic tonight, which is gender relations, hooking up, and dating. Tell us your views, what you think is dating, what you think is hooking up. Tell us what you think it is. Interact with us in the comment section and let us know what you're actually thinking it means and how much dating has been replaced with hooking up. After this short break, we'll get back to you.
Lono Studios cares about your memories, and what better way to keep your memories than having pictures and videos. As Lono Studios, we cover events such as weddings, kitchen parties, chilanga mulilo, birthday parties, as well as corporate events. If you are looking for quality pictures and videos for such events, look no further than Lono Studios. Visit and like our Facebook page at LonoZM.
So it is said relation between men and women are shaped by the context in which they meet and interact. People meet in different places like colleges, college campuses actually, schools, churches, workplaces, and that has brought about a lot of things like dating and hooking up. So before we actually go anywhere, I want you to actually describe dating on its own before we touch hooking up.
I like what how you have contextualized the issue of relationships.
Yes.
Where you have said people meet in so many different places at church, and they're like, you need to understand that as human beings, we are social beings. We can meet anywhere, even at the funeral,
Exactly.
places we can as well meet there. Okay, yeah, coming to your question, dating is basically where it's a I'll call it a relationship, an intimate relationship where a man and a woman come together for one sole purpose, to know each other,
Okay.
so that if it works well, they can advance that particular relationship to another level. So in a layman's language, is basically where a man and a woman, they come together because they want to know each other,
Okay.
so that maybe in future they
have
can
something.
strengthen that particular relationship to take it to another level.
Okay, interesting. How about hooking up?
Hey, hooking up, I think, is a casual way of starting a relationship. It's also an intimate kind of a relationship,
Okay.
but it's a casual way where, sorry to say this, usually in hooking up, everything is done in a hurry.
Okay.
It's hasty. And usually people hook up for sole purpose of sex, kissing, and other things that may be connected to a romantic relationship. So in hooking up, there's not so much commitment. There are three things that determines the kind of relationship that you have with another person: intimacy, passion, and commitment.
Okay.
There are three things that will determine whatever relationship is there between a man and a woman. There are three things that will determine that kind of relationship. You say that: intimacy, passion, and commitment. So when you're talking about hooking up, there's no commitment. There's passion and intimacy. When you talk about dating, there's commitment, because these people want to commit themselves to a long-lasting relationship. Where you are trying to know someone, it's not a one-day thing. It's not a one-off thing. You cannot meet someone today and tomorrow you say, no, I think I've known this person very well. We are engaged. We are going to
getting married.
We are getting married. No, it doesn't. So hooking up is for lack of a better term, so to say, for pleasure.
Just for pleasure.
It's for pleasure, because people can meet today, tomorrow, everything starts happening like what you expect between two people that are intimate and in a romantic relationship.
Okay. So looking at how dating has been replaced with hooking up in our society, and especially in college campuses and a lot of places, so to say. What do you think is the cause of that replacement?
We are living in a very cosmopolitan and dynamic world where things are moving at a supersonic speed.
Okay.
We can't totally, state that dating is not existing. But it's like hooking up has become more fashionable than people waiting
Yes.
to know each other for them to advance. In the past, people used to date for the sole purpose of them getting married. But this time around, it's no longer the case. People get into this relationship not because they want to get married. They get into this relationship because maybe they just want someone to, for lack of a better term, to kill time with, so that at that particular time, if they feel boresome, that person may provide company. So, and the other thing is that we are having a lot of sources where people are learning some of these things, which they cannot even question. Like most of the things that we watch, we are in a global world. Yeah. There's too much globalization, and it's like we want to connect ourselves with Western cultures, where people just do these things, and that kind of synthetic kind of life is what we are trying to adopt. And young people will take it as a normal thing to do. Because if everyone is doing it, why can't I also do it?
Yes.
Because they have found solace in that. Because everything is moving at a very supersonic speed. As a result, we have very little time to question whatever is happening, and we take it, that's the way things should be. Let me go that direction. I'll find a happiness in doing that.
Okay. And in campuses especially.
Each and every institution has a culture.
Yes.
If you go to church, the way of life of the people in church is different.
Very different.
If you go in a workplace, the way of life of the people there is different. So even when you go to these learning institutions, especially higher learning of institutions like colleges and universities, people come from diverse backgrounds. And you are going to look at this young lady or this young man is coming from home, and he'll be away from home for some time. When they meet there, they'll find the culture of its own. And if they don't question the culture they have found there, they easily blend and they want to fit in that particular society. So it has become fashionable because it's some kind of a culture. It's a social culture that has been developed in that particular institution. Because everyone is having a boyfriend, everyone is having a girlfriend. They are going to parties, they are going to all these places. Why can't I do it as well? Because everyone is doing it. And the other thing is that people don't want to look that they are backward. So as a result, they will do what everyone else is doing. Because if I say, no, I can't just hook up with somebody, then boom, in one short period of time, things start happening. I need time. Why should you waste time? People are under, if Kokola fila lubana. So why should I wait? And then the other thing is that we are just meeting for a short period of time. I may not know, you go back to where I came from. I'm also going back to where I came from. What happens? So the best is
Okay, so men,
yes,
open brackets, are they more or less interested in a romantic relationship after the hookup?
Yeah, I think I said
even before. Actually.
I said it some time back that you see, the physiological makeup of a man and the physiological makeup of a woman are two different. Are different. I want to repeat what I said on this particular platform. I said men are triggered by what
they see.
Women are triggered by what they feel. So as men, we are always ready to fire. So as a result, it's like for a man, it's normal, and it's like we are living in a highly patriarchal society, a society dominated by men. And men wants to be seen that having multiple or hooking up easily with women is showing you as to be a real man. You understand? And they end up doing it like that. And now, unfortunately, women have also started following suit. Because I've seen even on social media, people have posted. Do we experience women who do hit and run? I'm sure you have seen that.
Yes, I have.
And a lot of women have given reason. No, the reason why I do hit and run is ABCD, which in the past never used to happen.
It's never
Because we
used to
thought
happen.
the hit and run thing was
It's
only
for men.
a preserve for men. But women have also started. Why should we be left behind? We are also human beings. Let's also do it.
Do it.
So
Yeah.
it's slowly becoming a culture amongst young people. And they want to do it because everyone else is doing it.
Okay, I think we're going to go on a short break. Then after this short break, the most interesting part of this is actually coming. So join us after this break.
Lono Studios cares about your memories, and what better way to keep your memories than having pictures and videos. As Lono Studios, we cover events such as weddings, kitchen parties, chilanga mulilo, birthday parties, as well as corporate events. If you are looking for quality pictures and videos for such events, look no further than Lono Studios. Visit and like our Facebook page at Lono.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We have actually a comment. It's a question, a very interesting question. Let me read it. From Two Favor, he says, is there any possibility of a hooking up relationship to lead people into serious marriage?
That's an interesting question.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I want to say it in this way. That where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. It's not. It doesn't matter. I'm not saying the other thing I can say is that from the beginning, you must understand the reason why you are entering into that particular relationship.
Yes.
So it's not how fast you get where you want to get, but you should know the reason why you are getting there. So yes, there could be such, but what doesn't begin well
Doesn't end well.
doesn't end well. A very good beginning makes a very good ending, and a bad beginning would
Make a very bad ending.
very bad ending. That's why you need to ask yourselves, like last year, is it last year or 2020 when there was that, I think it should have been last year, that in 2020 there were 22,000 divorces. One question that we need to ask ourselves is why? Is it today that marriage has now more problems than before? No.
Yeah.
One of the reasons is what has been mentioned there. You hook up without understanding each other, then you want to get into marriage. There will be disaster there. Because before you get into marriage, you are getting into something very serious, which is ordained by God, not by men. And you discover that you were too quick in making that particular decision. As a result, you want to get out of it because you feel you are enslaved.
Okay, so talking about taking your time, how long should you wait?
There's no prescribed time for you to set that you are going to wait for such a long time.
Such a long time, yeah.
You know, what determines how long you wait is what are you waiting for? That's why I talked about establishing purpose before you start a particular relationship.
Your relationship, yes.
For instance, you start dating, you are doing a 4-year course at a university, you start dating in the first year. Of course, you cannot say in the second year you want to get married. Maybe you would wait after the whole
4 years.
4 years for you to start now looking at how you can settle down with that person. So sometimes it doesn't have to take long, and it cannot take a year or two for you to know the other person as having compatible values with you. When you know what you're looking for, this is what I tell people. I was reading a book written by Patrick Collins. He said, you hardly notice the seashells on the seashore unless you are looking for seashells. Joyness, if you know what you are looking for, when you say you leave home, you are going to town, you want to buy a skate, and you have defined the skate that you want to buy, there could be other skates on the market that are very fashionable, but that's not what you are looking for. You are looking for one particular style of a skate. And if you don't find it, you will not buy, because there are so many skates on the market. The same with when your time for you to say, I want to settle down, I want to get married. There are so many women around. There are so many men around. But you would have set standards for yourself. And once you meet that particular person, you even feel it, I think this is the right person I've been looking for.
Or you feel it.
You even feel it, because you know what you are looking for. We are living magnets.
We attract.
Yes, we attract what we want. What we get in life has nothing to do with what we want, but has got everything to do with who you are.
Okay, so looking at hooking up, I think it has actually somehow affected women. As you said, in old days, it was never normal for a woman to hit and run. What do you think hooking up has actually affected women? How has it affected them?
It has affected them negatively and positively, so to say. So I know around I cannot say hooking up has advantages, but to them who do it, I'll tell you one of the reasons why it has become fashionable even for women to hook up quickly with men, because they find that men are doing it as well. Because of issue of trying to attain same equal power relations.
Okay. What a man can do,
I can also do it.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So if a man can have a side chick, what about me?
What about me?
Can't also have, my own to give me support. So that if a man goes and does whatever he wants to do,
I have a comfort zone.
I also have a comfort zone somewhere. But two wrongs cannot make a right.
No.
We are drifting away from our culture. We are drifting away from the real values. That's why every day on TV, the president is talking about upholding national values. And one of the values is that we need to have self-control. It's not what everyone is doing that is correct.
Very true.
So it has affected them in a way that, because now everyone is saying, women of nowadays, they're just interested in money.
In money, yes.
You understand? It's not everyone who is interested in money. But now, find this woman who goes into a particular relationship without a proper, defined purpose.
Yeah, of being there.
Of being there. And she'll be told, no, how can you just be going out with a man without giving anything? Demand for something. You need upkeep. So the woman will start demanding, you understand? And in the end, I am saying we are living in a highly patriarchal society. She will be blamed. She's a god digger. She's a BCD. She's a hule. She's a prostitute. All these names, they will be piled on a woman. And that is affecting the image of women. That they have become too materialistic and they are just after money. Some of them, they just entered into such a relationship without even understanding why they were entering into such a relationship. That's where the problem is. And the advantage part of it is that it makes their life easy. Because if this man leaves them, he becomes their ex. They can find someone else without even wasting time. Because hooking up has become easy. Even dating has become easier because of improved transport and communication.
Okay, so looking at a woman who's got numerous partners, how are they perceived?
They are perceived to be, I think, misfits in society. That's why they are called all sorts of names. It's something that is, it's like, it's something that is against nature. They are perceived not to be a correct representation of a woman in society. Because a woman is supposed to be someone who is respected, well-behaved, and her conduct should be a model to others and the like. You understand? So that is now distorting the image of a woman. But we are also forgetting that men are also doing what the same, but they are not affected as women.
Yes.
So what we need is just to balance up things and to go back to the drawing board. Now this hooking up thing is not helping us. It is leading to more problems, because now we are looking at even important things to be done in a hurry, and they are not helping the system at all. Because at the end of the day, we need to be role models. What kind of a legacy are you going to leave at the end of the day?
So talking about the legacy, how men who also hook up with numerous women, how they perceived, because it's like there's that, line between men and women, and for the fact that women are trying to be like men, it seems we're putting ourselves in a lot of trouble. How are they perceived?
No, that's why I'm saying each and every society has got what we call some kind of a culture. There's a culture among us, the young people. And such a man, such a young man will be perceived as a champion, you understand? To say, how many girlfriends do you have? There's so many. No, me, I do this and that. I do my hit and run and the like.
Yes.
So for them, they are perceived as heroes. But where do that heroism take them? It is taking them to an early grave. You understand? That is also affecting them in a way, because if you look at the people that are dying nowadays, even the issue of suicide that we are talking about, we have had a lot that have committed suicide. Why? Because of these half-baked kind of relationships. You just meet a man, you have thrown yourself into everything, the legs, the hands, the head, everything
the
is
whole
there.
body.
The whole body is there. When the man is not interested, he just wanted comfort at that particular time. Because you have not put certain things in place. Life is lived in stages.
Very true.
If you are in a hurry to achieve something, you are likely to make costly mistakes that will pull you down.
Okay, so I think we're going to go on a short break. Then after this break, we're going to read comments from the viewers, and we'll have our amashu ya kurekeresha. Yes, all right. Okay, so we'll get back to you after this short break.
We show you how the face of Kasama has changed each and every moment. Our production crew has now advanced in streaming live in full HD up to 4K. Lono Studios is well equipped for the service. We have 4K cameras for high resolution, DJI drone for aerial view, live streaming video switcher, gimbal for smooth rotation of an object, and many more equipments. You can book us for live streaming to render your services in sport activities, church services, road shows, corporate meetings and workshops, social gatherings, and many more adventure activities. Book your session now on 0973 173461. Visit or like our Facebook page at Lono TV. Love ain't no bonus. Lono Studios cares about your memories, and what better way to keep your memories than having pictures.
Come back, our beautiful viewers. So before we actually go to the last part, how do you think hooking up has affected the people and the society at large?
One thing that you need to understand, Joyness, is that what you do today affects what you become tomorrow. I always tell people that the future is not next week, the future is not next month, the future is not 10 years from now. The future is today. That's why on the calendar, you have a calendar.
Yes, I do.
There's no day that is called tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
There's no day that is called next week. There's no day that is called next month or next year. All the days there are numbered from Monday to Sunday.
Yes.
That is to tell you that the future is today, not next month or the other week. For one simple reason. Whatever is happening today will affect what kind of society we are going to have tomorrow. We cannot have a society where people have resorted to hooking up. Now, what kind of society are we going to build? What kind of children are we going to have? Because
the next generation
We are the role models. There's no one who can claim to say, I've become what I've become today without a role model in life or a mentor in life. We need mentors. What kind of a legacy are we going to leave? Because even nature tells you that we cannot be losing children before the parents die. I know, yes, death doesn't choose, but the fact of the matter is that we need people to take over the mantle of leadership tomorrow, mentorship tomorrow. So this hooking up thing, I always tell people to say, when you are doing something, you should always ask yourself that would you recommend that the whole world behaves like the way you are doing, the things the way you are doing? Would you recommend that the way I'm doing things, that's what the whole world should do things? Would you recommend even your sister or your children that they should behave like the way you are behaving?
I think I saw a question on Facebook which was saying, would you like your daughter to behave
like the way you are behaving?
Yes.
It's a very important question, because quality questions, they produce quality answers.
Answers, very true.
Questions are the answers. So if we don't question whatever we are doing, introspection is about questioning our own behavior. The problem is that we are able to see other people's problems, but we are not able to
see
ours,
yes.
because we are so preoccupied thinking that we are perfect. If we want to build a beautiful society, let's think that we will not always be teenagers. We will not always be youths. One day we will become parents.
Yes.
And when we become parents, what kind of role model are we going to be to? Are we going to be to our children?
Yes.
How is the society going to look at us? So that is my major cry, because if we don't take care of our teenagehood and when we are still youth, if you are not responsible now, even when you get married and you have a family, you will not be a responsible person. So that is a challenge, and that's a problem.
Okay, so we have some comments here. We have a comment from Vincent Msonda. It says, very interesting. My former lecturer, Mr. Zigira. Okay, Princess Bernadette says, I'm enjoying the program. Thank you so much, Bernadette. We have a comment from Clifford Charlo. It says, very interesting topic. Thank you so much. Okay, going to the last question. I think, what are the, if so, are there advantages? Let me put it this way. Are there advantages to hooking up?
One thing that you need to understand is, I'll ask you a question.
Yes.
When you set goals, for example, can you set goals to say, I think I'm going to rob 100 houses? And you think that is a normal goal?
No.
It's a negative one.
Very negative.
It's a negative. So those so-called advantages, I can call them to say negative advantages, because they are not going to benefit anyone. They are set for selfish reasons. Anything negative, I don't think it will benefit any other apart from yourself. Hooking up has brought more harm than
good. Yes.
That's what I can say. It has disadvantages than advantages. There are more disadvantages than advantages. Advantages are personal level, but the disadvantages are that, one, you are trying to destroy your life. Because in life you should have principles and you should have values. Understand? We are created in the image of God. And the issue of wanting, that's why people end up saying, no, me, I've lost interest in marriage because it doesn't make, and we cannot force people to get married. There are personal choices. But the fact of the matter is that they have been dumped so many times, 50 times somebody has been dumped. So do they see a reason of wanting to settle down? Their lives would have been destroyed, and every person looks at them as a riffraff. So we need to take care of ourselves, because when we go into this issue of hooking up, we are losing our morality, our character that should be something that people should look up to. Even when you die, you understand. Somebody said that the only thing that refuses to be buried and walks back with the mourners is the character of a person. when you die, they only talk about the bad things you did or the good things that you did. So what kind of a legacy do you want to leave? So there are no, to me, if you call them advantages, I can call them as perverted advantages.
Perverted advantages.
They are not real advantages.
No.
They are gone advantages. But it has more disadvantages because it's the hooking up that is taking more of our youths. They are dying.
They're dying, yes.
I know if we are losing more of the youths who will come and take up the mantle of leadership of this country. And a lot of people are dying from sexually transmitted diseases like HIV and AIDS. And now, because of hooking up now, we have even become abusers of emergency pills. You meet this person, you don't know the person you meet, because you know you can't keep that pregnancy. For one simple reason, because you never agreed.
You never agreed, yes.
Yes. You never. I met one young man. I was asking to say he impregnated a certain lady. I asked him to say, "Are you going to get married?" No, if even when they called the other flash that what actually we never even agreed.
They just hooked.
Yes, they just
a
hooked.
one night stand.
It's a one night stand. Now the one night stand has become night stand because it's like if there's such a thing every time people it's something
It's
else.
very funny.
Yes. There's no love. There's no love.
But they meet intimately.
People just meet. You know, this thing of saying people can, having sex doesn't show that it's love.
Yeah, very true.
Because we have even people that kill their wives and they batter their wives, but they're always having children. Is there love? There's no love. So this same issue of hooking up, so some of them are doing it just for material purposes.
Yes.
Others are doing it for fun because they think that by going on rampage and sleeping with whoever they find or trying to see what is underneath each and every skirt, then they have become heroes.
Yeah, man.
Heroes die. Joyness, heroes die.
They do.
So you die a very senseless and useless hero.
Okay, I think this brings us to the conclusion. What are your last words to the viewers?
I want to state that where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. Whatever you do in life, you should have a purpose why you are doing it. If there's no proper established purpose, life is petty, pointless, and trivial. Your life is very, very important. You're not going to build your life on things that do not matter. Look at your life. Introspect. Understand yourself. Who am I? What is it that I can do for myself, for the family, and for the nation? Hooking up will not take us anywhere. Let's come together, date in a normal way. Let's advance our relationship into courtship and possibly into marriage if that's what you wish. But this issue of just trying to living in a confused kind of state is not taking us anywhere. Take care of yourself because indeed you are great people and you are created in the image of God. Okay,
so thank you so much. I think we have heard a lot. A lot has been said, and I'll continue using this Bemba because from the time we've started this topic that we have today, you have made it clear to say hooking up and dating are very different, and looking at the society taking hooking up as a normal is very wrong. As he has said, we have lost lots of lives because of people thinking hooking up is a normal way of doing things. Meanwhile, dating is a normal procedure and it will actually save you time and from getting diseases which are just unnecessarily. Okay, so join us next time as we're going to have another beautiful topic next week, Friday. Yes, join us. And keep the comments coming. Keep the comments coming. We'll start answering them. We'll bring a program where we'll just start answering the comments that you're actually asking after the program is done. Until next time, for now, it's bye-bye.
I am mafia, yakapwa kolisa, mailoni abi. Yale is a daily. I am mafia, yakapwa kolisa. Mailoni Abi Yale isa daily. Oh, twafueleza Naya mafia.
Daily ni day my pleasure. Malo aindo alatata kumusu kutenda. Chaka chapwa yafika Oktoba. Mpushinge kumufundo sosi ni December. Sister limitaka lumeka dipanda. Ni pati example bapele la pati panda. Fula my pleasure ni fima shitota kwa bapande pisamo peni ni bimulo pa washama. Deshoko pushinga ka life taka chinja. Ni munde kala pashino kukumba mafimanga. Skulu na li pusha neshitota kwa banga. Na akuma interview wapunda ni ishaba. Twelele ntatanga twali lufyanya. Tupeni foto kabida nutufitu pitana. Na nibiniva one day kekala. Ni mwana one show shakala le point sala.
Yeah, it's your boy Two Favor, an African man. It doesn't matter, no matter. I'm a God's kid. Yeah. The father of Abraham, even in the old days, he just show self. The ruler in the other kingdoms who got in no position to oppose him. The most high God who make the small God to humble themselves and believe that you are the king of the whole world. All of my sorcerers of Maziva Kutindi Mera Mende Mune Komuna Kina Kamwaka Mukango Nakutavisa Wandava Israeli. Your power is everywhere. Your power is so strong. Ila sango kunitonse Kuba fwana kuba mwela. As the heavens are the name. Your ways he had on mine. Your thoughts he had on mine. That's how big you are. As the heavens are the name. Your ways he had on mine. Your thoughts he had on mine. That's how big you are. You are unlimited God. Unlimited God. You are unlimited God. You are unlimited God. Unlimited God. You are unlimited God. What in my eye I've never seen. My ear I've never heard. My mind I've never thought. That's how big you are. There is nothing too hard for you, cause everything is possible with you. When I say there is no way, you surprise me, then you show me the way. You are a promise to keep in God. The covenant to keep in God. What you say is what you do, and what you do is what you say. Your blessings are all over me, all over the world. Despite the number I want to see, I'm a syllable, number one day. As the heavens are the net, your ways he had on mine, your thoughts he had on mine. That's how big you are. As the heavens are the net, your ways he had on mine, your thoughts he had on mine. That's how big you are. You are unlimited God, unlimited God. You are unlimited God. You are unlimited God. Unlimited God. You are unlimited God. Your power is unlimited. Sumufunika na teacher kumi controller. Sumufunika na muntu kumi controller. No. All the power belongs to you. All the honor belongs to you. All the glory belongs to you. And heaven and earth, they belong to you too. You are unlimited God. Unlimited God. You are unlimited God. You are unlimited God. Unlimited God. You are unlimited God.
Ufafa nalakweba push kubwerero. Elo wikalaba ife nalakweba.
My mind is for you. My heart beats for you.
bana mapalo na kushupa evintu umuntu okubombesha nibwasanga akwete 50 kwacha 25 kwacha 5 kwacha 2 kwacha kulenje bashidye mpango shayishire 9 pini mununganda na idye nsalamu nokwipusha konse filya ebali pini
ati mama wishire mukongera kwendera maoni
isa ntuira kujya
mama yashinshira
yashaka yenge iko sensitive
ashipapa lope kwa sababu nataka na mwalaya mliamba.
You wait for her. Wait for her. She will go in there in the bedroom, packing her things and go. Nyanzi ya last and last. Nshakatale mwipisha pona kavili. But daddy, pobaba o balifu.
I will use all means at my disposal until I find my son.
Mwaumfuile kulejelo bale bilisha bintu balefu hao Mike bawishi.
What I mean is, I want you to stop advertising that announcement my husband gave you.
Never Michael.
Wrong number. Ufute na number wikata utumina pali number waumfa.
Ansenda busy. Kambi sokolo lankabela balaba lumebenu atijjo mwana mwaka atatirwavo.
Where are your manners?
Daddy, I think I've lost it. Even my manners, I've lost them. Just tell me, why did you cancel my trip? Why did you remove me from a private school? Moreover, I'm not going to mingle with those primitive human beings you call people. Please.
You see? I don't even need to give you a reason, Deborah.
Daddy, please, I don't know anything. You have done everything wrong. You have decided to sit on my happiness. What's wrong?
Look at you. What has become of you, Deborah? To argue with your father?
Aya mafia yakapwa kolisa mailoni abi yare isa daily aya mafia yakapwa kolisa mailoni abi yare isa daily twafueleza naya mafia
daily my pleasure mailo alatata kumusukutenda chaka chapwa yafika Oktoba mpushing ko mufundo sosi ni December sister limitaka lumeka lipanda ni pat example bapelela pachipanda fula my pleasure ni fimash tota kwa bapande pisamo peni ni bimulo pa washama ndeshoko pushing aka life takachinja limunde kala pashino kukumba bafimanga skulu nalipusha nesi tota kwa banga na kuma interview bapunda ni shaba twelele ntatanga twalilufyanya tupeni foto kabila nutufitupitana na nibiniva one day kekala ni mwana wanshuwa shakalale pwensala.
Lono Studios cares about your memories, and what better way to keep